Let's check out the skis I'm using mostly. Here are the comp skis, Dinosaur Pro Rider. It's a little bit more old school, but I really like it. It's perfect for the big mountains. Very classic ski, good charger ski. Lots of metal. They get quite heavy, but a huge increase in stability, which I very much prefer.
Going big every time, and it continues. Wow, it's just a big wow.
So for these skis, these are 192 with the 105 on the foot. I think 105 is a perfect measurement. Anything between 100 and 110 is good in any conditions. I have found out the most important thing is how much rocker does it have. That's more important than the width. Running radius on these things, I'm not really sure about. It's long, it's really long. Really hard to drill the bindings in on this ski. You need a good drill.
You say 4.1?
4.1 with a 3.6 tip at the edge of the drill. The best grip. You feel secure. You need to get up to speed to turn with these. They're not slalom skis for sure. So I got the Look P18, best binding in the world, used since the 70s or something. Doesn't look much different since. The pivot, it's when you want to feel really, really secure. This is the binding you want, and I cranked them up pretty high on some competitions when it's a lot of no-fall zones. I have them almost on 17, but now usually when I'm free riding I take them down quite a bit to 14, 15 or something, and there still feels very secure. Short mounting point, big part of the ski. It doesn't affect the flex of the ski very much, and you have a lot of travel on the rear binding before it releases. Some people say it's hard to pop in powder snow, but maybe I have a little OCD, but I never even try to pop in if I have snow under my boots. So I've always been very thorough, kicking my snow off, so I don't know. Of course these bindings are known for they're super dangerous, that you can sit down on it and it hurts like crazy. But since I don't sit down in my landing, since I stomp all the time, that's never been a problem for me. Alright, of course got some poles. I have a little more poles than I need because it usually ends up with grabbing one pair in the beginning of the season. I pretty much go for it. These ones I really like. I suppose it's kind of a touring pole, but I like when you hike that you can adjust where you hold on the grip. It actually makes a big difference. It's perfect for mounting pole healthed GoPros on too, so it's like a selfie stick, you know. Very important. Now I really like these, and they're classic aluminium poles. I'm 184 myself, and then the poles I'm using is between 115 and 120 skis. Yeah, so for some competitions and other little missions, we have to wear harnesses. So I have a Mammoth light alpine harness. Alpine harness means there is a little less padding and stuff on there. So they're only pretty much meant to support you when you do short rappels, or if something happens or you need to be evacuated. So they're not the most comfortable to use for regular climbing. That's why it's alpine specific. It has no padding. But very light, very easy to put on. You can snap open all the buckles, so you don't have to step through it or anything. So it's easy to get on when you're wearing big bulky clothes too. But on contest it's pretty much just a harness and maybe a sling if we have a sketchy approach where we need to rope in. This is the latest work in progress. This is a World Cup racing boot, the ones you don't find in the store, and you have to do a lot of work on them to get it to fit you. You have to grind the bases, grind up a little bit. Basically, think about it as a blank canvas boot. It needs personal adjustments for it to work, and I have a Sidas foam liner in there. So I'm working on this. It's not the boot I'm skiing mostly, but I'm trying to get it to work for me. It's very heavy though, so any days you're gonna want to hike, you don't want to use this. You know, it's so stiff that it doesn't even have a number. This is called I think it's the XB, something. I'm not too into the technical, my boot guy does that for me, but it's stiff enough. And it's very thick plastic, that's why it's so heavy, which is great because it doesn't get very temperature sensitive. That's another thing. If you have thin plastic, or even worse, transparent plastic, you get very sensitive for temperature changes. They might be perfect on a cold day, but as soon as those spring days hit, it's gonna start to feel like a pair of Birkenstock slippers. You don't want that.
Do you ever get
My feet hurt sometimes before I've done all the work together with my boot guy, but I'm lucky. I have a very narrow, very simple, flat foot, and Lange works really well for me, so usually I can just put them on and go. I've sometimes punch the front out a little bit because I prefer to go one size tighter and make them fit just right. But that's all I'm doing really, and then I have the foam liner. So not that much ache for me. All right, Avalanche backpack. One of a few models I have. This is, I would say, my competition setup. Mammoth rocker, 15 liters. It has a removable airbag system. Right now the airbag is not in here, it's in another backpack because I was touring. So I can take that out and move it around in my different packs. So this pack have the things I need. Goggle compartment. It's really nice to have it there when you are hiking or something. Protect your goggles. I carry with me a helmet holder to strap in on the outside here. Put the helmet inside. So you save your space you have here. Like I said, I had the removable airbag. Also a place if you use a camelback. And this is the zipper for the actual handle you pull if bad things are happening. I don't carry my beacon inside, but it was sitting here so I don't forget it. It's the Baravoc XS from Mammoth. It's their newest model. Extremely fast and efficient. Group check function and a lot of bells and whistles that you should really train on how to use. Really happy with this one, and it's a nice little compact size too. Easy to hold, easy to redisplay. So yeah, happy with that. But not as happy as I am with the new shovel. You know how Avalanche shovels can be, they need to be pretty compact and should not weigh too much and stuff. Which is good because you don't want a ton of weight on your back. This shovel is huge and it weighs nothing. So you can dig really, really fast with it. It's pretty great. It's Alligator Pro Light. So we're digging a couple of bivouacs this winter, and I'm so happy I had this shovel and not my old tiny one. Every day when I ski, unless it's just a full groomer day with no snow outside the groomers, I carry everything beacon, shovel, probe. Airbag I put in when it starts to be a little deeper outside. The probe, also Mammoth, carbon one. This is a little bit shorter model that I use from time to time. I believe it's 240. I also have a longer probe for some missions. How fast can I do it? I don't know.
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge. All right. Probe done. So yeah, it's a quick system. Really easy. Idiot proof. Something people forget is usually the probe comes with a little bag. It's great for storage, but when it's in your backpack and you're out, you want it out of the bag for quick deployment. It really helps if your backpack has a separate holder for the probe, so it's not just lying around in there. And this backpack does here. It has a hole for the shovel and little compartments for the beacon. And here's also the compartment for, I have a ton of stuff in here. Candy. Compartment for the water as well. So I wear Norröna, as some would say. It's a 3-layer Gore-Tex Tammock jacket. Little freeride inspired, or should I say almost army inspired jacket. A lot of pockets. Super happy with this one. So yeah, really happy with this one. It has a really long cut, so it goes well over my waist, which I think all ski jackets should, because I have only found benefits and no downside with it. One, it looks much better, and it protects you better from the elements, that you don't get snow like blowing up your back or something. So this might be one of my favorite pieces of clothing. It's a 2nd layer 3/4 insulation pant for those colder days. But I actually ended up using it pretty much every day. So they sit on top of your boots, doesn't bother you there, and they have zippers on the sides throughout the whole pants, so you could, without removing your ski boots, just drop your ski pants and zip this off and just pull them right off, or put them on for that matter. So something I carry in my backpack too, together with maybe a puffy. Yeah, this is like the one piece I never go without.